Good morning. This is Ramesh Khurana, attorney at law. I have my office in Gaithersburg, Maryland, and today I have immense pleasure in introducing my friend and very seasoned attorney, Anthony Fatemi. Now,
Good morning.
good morning. I have great pleasure in introducing my friend Anthony to the Name and Fame program. And as part of the introductory program, I'm going to ask my friend some questions so that we know fully about him, like where is he practicing and what does he do as part of his legal practice. So he's a great attorney, I can attest to it because I have been working with him and I have known him for last so many years. We spend our time together in our bar meetings, we have attended several luncheons and several other association meetings, and I'm really pleased to introduce Anthony to the audience today. Now, Anthony, could you please tell us how long have you been practicing law?
Thank you, Ramesh, for the excellent introduction. I really appreciate the opportunity to be here in your show. I've been practicing law for over 15 years, and the headquarters is in Gaithersburg, Maryland, and I do have a satellite office in Washington, D.C., 2200 Pennsylvania Avenue, and basically that's it. The areas of law that I practice is immigration, personal injury, criminal defense, and family law. The area of focus in Maryland is predominantly family law, criminal defense, and personal injury, but as you know, practicing immigration is a federal practice. We are all over the United States in all 50 states.
So that means what you have told us is that you practice immigration law in all 50 states and DC, and you practice other areas of law in Maryland only.
That is correct.
Okay, great. So that's good to know. And how many other associates or partners do you have in your office?
I have no partner.
So you are a solo practitioner.
I am the principal of the firm, but I do have associates, anywhere between 2 to 3 associates, depending on number of the month we are and how busy we are. Of course, right now we're in a busy immigration season. We're hiring more associate.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's good to know.
And we have a few staff members who help attorneys with their practices.
Sure. Now, Anthony, you mentioned that you do immigration law also as one of your focus areas. So under immigration law, what do you practice?
Under the immigration, we predominantly focus with the family-based practices or petition. We also perform some business-based petitions and removal and deportation cases. That has been a focus in my practice for the last, I would say, 12 years, ever since Obama took office. As you already know, he expanded in the deportation area and has been pretty busy. So we're very prevalent in that area.
Okay. So again, when we are talking about deportation and removal proceeding cases, so you will go to courts anywhere in the United States?
That is correct. There are immigration courts all around the U.S., as you already know, Ramesh, and I am licensed and privileged to attend those hearings and assist clients in getting relief from deportation.
Okay. So now when you say that you have been able to obtain relief in deportation for your clients, so do you mean that they have been allowed to stay here?
That is correct.
Maybe under deferred?
There are deferred actions.
Programs and actions?
There are that program is certainly available.
Sure.
There are other programs available, for instance, cancellation of removal. I'm not going to expound on that in this
Sure.
Segment, but we'll discuss that later. But yes, adjustment of a status, deferred actions, all of that are available, in which we use to keep the family together.
Sure. Now, Anthony, you also stated that you also help clients in regard to personal injury cases. Now, when we are talking about personal injury cases, is there any focus just on auto accident related cases or any kind of injury?
My firm does all kind of personal injury cases. Predominantly, they are in the area of automobile accident and slip and fall, and that has been the focus.
Okay. Now, you also said that you do assist your client and give your advice in regard to criminal issues.
That is true.
So, what would you cover under the criminal issues?
Any state of Maryland misdemeanor and felony cases, and as you're fully aware, most of these cases have immigration consequences, immigration implications. So it is important for our firm to be able to assist the defendant not only in obtaining a good result in a criminal court, but making sure that the conviction that we are seeking doesn't have any immigration consequences or any immigration ramification down the road.
That's very interesting. What Anthony you are telling us is basically any person who is not the United States citizen and gets into criminal trouble, now that person is under the threat of being removed from this country unless some relief is available to him.
That's absolutely
is that correct? So it's very important for those green card holders who are just sitting on the fence and not applying for naturalization. I think probably they should do it.
I cannot agree more, and more importantly, Ramesh, as you are fully aware, even the H-1Bs or J-1s, any individual who has any type of visa that is arrested, charged, or subject to any conviction should immediately contact a seasoned immigration attorney like yourself to make sure that their rights are fully protected.
Wonderful. Now, you also mentioned that your office, because you have 3 other associates, now do help clients with family issues.
That is correct.
You mean that domestic relations
that is
problems?
correct.
Okay.
In the state of Maryland, the attorneys who practice family law are licensed in the state of Maryland, so their focus would be specifically in the state of Maryland in the area of divorce, prenuptial agreement, child support, custody, visitation, domestic violence, and etc.
So, I was glad to hear that you are hiring more people. Now, do you think that the November 20th announcement by President Obama, whereby he has brought certain improvements in regard to the immigration issues, especially for those persons who have been living here for the last 5 years and who are the parents of United States citizens, children, and the green card holders. So, do you think that this is a good opportunity for your law office to hire more people?
Well, you mean more clients coming to the office?
Yes, and
yes.
There will be a need to hire more persons, more attorneys, and more paralegals.
Well, certainly the chatter is increasing, and more people are calling or emailing us. Hopefully we can sustain the increase in business with the number of the employees that we have, so we don't have to incur additional cost. But if need be, we are looking to hire more competent people in the area of immigration. They don't have to be attorneys. They could be paralegal and anybody who's been working in the area of immigration with any experience, sure. But in regard to the clients, yeah, we're getting an extended number of calls recently wanting to know whether they're eligible. We're getting a lot of calls from clients who have been given an order of deportation in the past. They're questioning whether they are eligible, and it's not clear at this point. Hopefully early next year, when the forms and instruction comes out, we get a better answer and we can assist the public in providing them with a better service.
Wonderful. Now, Anthony, you mentioned that one of your focus areas is helping people before the immigration courts. Now, do you think that as a result of televised speech of November 20th by President Obama, there are going to be some improvements in regard to removal of felons from this country? Is that system going to be expedited?
Well, as you're fully aware, that has been going on for some time, and I believe the focus, I think President clearly stated it in his November 20th statement, and he mentioned that several times, that they're after the felon, not the family. So
Right.
I do believe that the focus will be to increase the funds in the area of deportation and border security. So that's my suspicion.
Yeah, I agree with you, because I think removal and deportation is probably the only area of the immigration field which is not dependent on the fees from the clients. Because in other areas, like as President Obama said, the requirement is going to be met from the fees which are paid by the applicants for immigration benefits, right?
That is correct.
You talked about family issues and H-1Bs and L-1s. Now, all these applicants or the petitioners, they have to pay hefty fees to the USCIS. So that's why USCIS is not dependent upon the budgetary support in regard to processing of the increased workload on accounts of these kinds of petitions.
That is correct.
But as you rightly said, in regard to focusing attention more on expedited removals through the immigration courts, more funding is required. More judges are required to be posted.
More
right?
judges are required to be posted. More ICE agents are required.
That's another important point,
So
yes.
therefore, I think this part of the executive order was something that both the Congress and the President had agreed last summer, in which they couldn't come up with a law. But yeah, it's good for the U.S. economy, because they have to hire more people to do the work. Therefore, less unemployment for the U.S.
Oh, definitely. And moreover, from the human rights point of view, all these people, they have been living in shadow. And as the President rightly said, you are allowing these people to come out of shadow. And they are going to be working legally, not getting paid under the tables, and they will be paying their taxes. So I think that is a kind of common sense based approach. So I agree with you. Now, Anthony, we are coming to the conclusion of this program. Any message you would like to give to the audience?
Well, I want to first of all thank you for giving me the opportunity to be before your people, and I wish that if they have any question in regard to any type of work that my office does, to contact me to see whether we can be of any service.
No, Anthony and I are thankful to Nilma Mehra, who's the producer and owner of this program, for giving us an opportunity. And I'm really privileged to introduce Anthony Fatemi to the audience through this program. And I'm really immensely pleased because he's a great friend of mine, and I know that he's very ethical, and he has very strong work habits in his office, because I have seen him operational at his office, and I am greatly pleased to do it. Thank you very much, and we have enjoyed this session.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it.